Founders Day is the first film I watched in 2024, and what a very strange experience it was, to say the least. I had a great New Year's Eve. I was in New York City with my friends. I came back the next day, and usually I'm very busy with work commitments and stuff, but I love going to the Monday mystery movies. It was New Year's, so I figured, why not go New Year's Day to this movie? Usually they're $5. This movie was $1, which is interesting and should tell you a bit about the movie, that they were only doing a New Year's special mystery movie for $1. For those who don't know, they usually have a movie, they show it, and you don't know what this movie is until the film actually starts, and you kind of know the rating, you know what the runtime is, but you have to guess what the movie is, and it's fun. I thought this movie might be The Beekeeper, but then, like, that day, I think I kind of got a feeling it won't be The Beekeeper. They usually have, like, a 12-day period, and The Beekeeper was coming out 12 days after this, but it turned out to be Founders Day, which is a lesser-known slasher with a small cast, and the biggest actor in this is William Russ from Boy Meets World, which should tell you that it's not a huge movie. I love seeing these movies. There's always old people there. I mean, that's usually like the big amount of audience members, and they're always talking about the movies after. I love hearing what people are talking about the movies, and a lot of people were saying, oh, the guy from Boy Meets World was in here, and it was just funny to hear everyone hating on this movie after it was over. The movie had a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes with only 13 reviews, and I was kind of wondering what the critics saw that I didn't. I really have no idea why this had a 92. It was honestly terrible. It was a messy, unsatisfying slasher, and it had a promising premise. The plot revolves around two mayoral candidates in a small town and their bitter rivalry, leading up to an election. I was wondering why this movie wasn't called Election Day, but I figured maybe they didn't want to have it confused with The Purge election year. It really doesn't even reference Founders Day that much. It just seems like Election Day would have been a better title. And I think there's so much potential in this with these two mayoral candidates who hate each other, but it doesn't really zero in on that, which I didn't really like. It's just a very messy, convoluted story. The movie opens with the mayor's daughter who's murdered by a mass killer, who's wearing a purge mask, an old-timey George Washington wig, and carrying a gavel. And the concept is interesting. The killer's look is cool. But the execution is so fucking bad. The character dynamics are confusing. There's unresolved relationship drama thrown in without proper build-up. One of the main characters, the mayor's son, is acting like a whiny bitch throughout the film, even before his sister is killed at the very beginning. And you're just like, why is he such a whiny bitch? And then halfway through the movie, he's like, my girlfriend cheated on me. And you're like, why is this now being told? It's just so weird the way they kind of execute scenes. Set pieces like a scene in a movie theater kind of lack proper development. I was kind of really just not disgusted by this movie, but I was just like, this is such an embarrassing movie. There are better movies like this. Another Regal mystery movie, It's a Wonderful Night, came out really recently, and that handles its campy premise so much better. And that also deals with a re-election. It deals with a small town dealing with murders, and it's just so much more tightly paced. It's more funny. It's more fun to watch, and it's shorter too. I really think if you want a better movie, you might want to check out It's a Wonderful Night, which just handles the campy premise so much better. This film borders on parody with awkwardly placed characters. William Russ's teacher character just randomly appears in every scene. You're just like, why is this guy fucking showing up everywhere? The movie has this couple who's awful. They're bullies. They're destined to die. You're kind of like, these are the cliche characters, like in Scream when Sydney's going through the hall and some guy comes with a scream mask and chases her down. They have the same thing in this film. You're like, these characters definitely gonna die. But what I hate is how obviously awful they are. Like, they chase this girl down with a knife, and then they just start making out. Like, oh, that was so hot. Like, who the fuck does that? It's just really bizarre. The film feels like some bottom-of-the-barrel find you get on Tubi, and it really lacks the charm of a cute, low-budget slasher like It's a Wonderful Night. I really feel like this could have been salvaged with a clearer plot and better character dynamics, but the reveals in this are also off the wall. Like, seriously, the end of the movie makes no sense to me. It really is like Birdemic and The Room levels of terrible. It also misses an opportunity to satirize election day politics effectively, with only fleeting moments of these two candidates who are bickering, and that really provided some entertainment. I mean, those were the funny scenes of the movie. Like, the mayor's daughter gets murdered, and he's just arguing with this other candidate, like, about how he wants to win the election. It's so stupid and funny, but it really should have just embraced that. Instead, it has these really dumb character dynamics, and it's just so bizarre and really wasn't that good. I was also thinking about the movie Thanksgiving, the new Eli Roth film, which has such better kill scenes. Clearly that movie had like a lot of passion put into it. And also, I just feel like it's so campy on purpose, where this film doesn't feel like there's any thought put into it at all. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of Founders Day if you go to see it. I thought that this movie was just so bad, and it could have been so much better. It's just watch It's a Wonderful Life if you want to see something that's a mystery movie that's actually good and actually has a story that makes sense. Or Thanksgiving, which I thought, has a lot of characters and some stuff that doesn't make sense, but it just is so much funnier and works better as a movie. Founders Day is just so terrible. A very weird way to start off January 1st, and also one of the craziest killer reveals in movies. So let me know what you guys think if you see this. Comes out January 19th.